and good morning from Deming, New Mexico. So I didn't end up staying in El Paso for very long, and I'll get into that a little bit more, but the short end of it is I realized very quickly that El Paso is not very bus friendly. And that's not to say that people are telling me to move, I can't park here, stuff like that. It's just the infrastructure is incredibly difficult to navigate in an old bus like this. I was struggling to find a place to park at even just for one night. It would be an absolute nightmare to deal with. So yeah, I decided to ditch town, travel as far as I could into the night until getting here. So yeah, the goal today is continue my journey westward. My first stop is gonna be a little travel plaza where I'm gonna have some lunch because it's just about noon. I'm gonna let the engine cool down and assess where to go from there. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go south, go along Highway 9. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to continue westward. So I think above all else, I think my alternator is also cooked because the batteries are just continuing to drain. And it's probably because I have a lot of fans running at the same time, and they're somewhat powerful fans, but still it's like I can just see the voltage going down as I drive, which is unfortunate because as the batteries go down, the fans also stop blowing as hard, which means the temperature starts going up gradually. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do about that. I guess during this next stop, as we're cooling down, I'm gonna charge the batteries some more and see what I can do. So yeah, I'm gonna check out the batteries, see if the fans are blowing at their full capacity, because engine started getting a little bit warm there at the end, even though I was keeping a pretty steady pace. So I have a feeling the batteries got low and the fans aren't pushing as hard as they should be. Also, during the drive, I had some stuff fall over. Look at that big old mess. Just about had a heart attack when that fell over. I thought something exploded underneath the bus. That was an interesting little shop. Don't know how much of that footage I'm gonna use. There's just so much stuff to look at. It was crazy. I've never seen a rest stop that's just full of fireworks. I've never seen anything like that before. But yeah, they got a whole bunch of little knickknacks. It's a neat little spot. I'm glad I stopped here. But it's a little bit afternoon, so I think I'm gonna get some pictures of the bus. Okay, so I think I figured out the route I'm gonna take for today. So I'm gonna do my best to show you this on my phone, but I'm right here on the 10 freeway. I'm gonna have a little segment of highway where I can't take the access road, but it picks up at about halfway between that little intersection and me. So I'm only gonna be on the highway for about 10 minutes, that should be fine. But I'm gonna have to take this intersection because there's no way I'm gonna be able to take this long highway all the way up to the next city because there's absolutely no access road beyond that point. So I'm gonna take this, going down south to this little city called Hachita. And then from there, I'm gonna see if I can go westward beyond that, depending on how much sunlight I have left, to this little town called Animas. It looks like they got a little bit more stuff going on there than the other spot. So yeah, hopefully we can make it there by tonight. Is just about going over the horizon right now. It's a little bit sooner than I expected, so it's probably going to get dark here in about 20-25 minutes, but by then I should be just about to where I'm going, so I'm not too worried about that. The only reason I don't want to drive at night is because I don't want to run the headlights for too long, because the fans in the back are already straining the batteries enough as is. These lights, for whatever reason, use a ton of battery power, and they're not even that bright. So I just want to avoid using those lights as much as possible. It is an absolutely beautiful morning here in the small town of Animas in New Mexico. So I get here at about 6:30 last night, pull off to the side of the road where there's a little convenience store just outside of town. Their posted hours said that they closed at 6 p.m., but who I presume is the owner let me in anyways to buy some stuff and use the restroom. So super kind of them. They even let me park here for the night. So while I was in bed this morning, scrolling through Google Maps to, plan out the route for the day, I came across a little town known as Bisbee in southern Arizona. I don't want to give away too much, but I think it's going to be the perfect place to set up camp for the night. So I noticed while I was sitting there recording that last bit, bees started swarming around the front of my bus. And I'm trying to avoid that at all costs because I've had multiple problems with bees and wasps deciding to set up home inside the roof of my bus, and I do not want that happening again. So yeah, I'm gonna try to head out of here right now, and hopefully they haven't already made a nest inside of my bus. So I had to stop at this little place. Along the side of the road, there's this little tiny, you probably can't even see it on camera, just a tiny little building that is a cafe. Fortunately, I did not make it for breakfast, so I got this chicken sandwich. It looks pretty good though. I will be enjoying my meal with an ice cold Coke, and then I'm gonna be hitting the road, or I'll be arriving in Bisbee, Arizona. Okay, so I had to pull over because my bus started overheating. I guess these mountain roads, if you can even call them that, they're pretty mellow, but I guess it's still just too much for my bus to handle. So even though I'm only 2 miles out of town, figured it'd be safer just to pull over now and let it cool down, because I don't know if there's going to be parking available and if I'm going to have to drive around town and all that. I figured it'd be better just to let it cool down now before I have to do all that. So yeah, things are looking good now, so all that's left to do is head into town. All right, this might sound crazy, but I think I just discovered stealth parking in a 1948 bus. Check it out.